Guilty of crime.
Hello, everybody. What's up? How's everybody doing today? Everybody coming on in? Welcome. You guys do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. Can everybody hear me? I am Jay with Guilty of Crime. If you didn't already know, hey, some people are new, rolling in here from other people's channels or who knows what else, right? It's been crazy. Sorry I missed y'all yesterday, but uh just how things go. Take some days off. How you doing, everybody? What's up, Orlando? How you guys doing? Good to see you. I'm doing well. Good to see everybody rolling back in here. Believe it or not, when I'm off for even a day, I'm still hearing from everybody about everything. So welcome. I know what's going on most of the time. Welcome, Angel Blackan, to Guilty of Crime Crew family. Hello, everybody. All right. So today we've got some really super exclusive content that I got to say, first, I'm going to start off with, please don't shoot the messenger. If you're not respectful on the channel right away, you're going to be timed out. If it happens again, then you're just going to be blocked from my channel. Okay, so I'm the messenger today. Synth is going to help me get the message across. We have very, very, very new released text messages from the tablet of Stephan Sterns to his parents, mostly Deb, from 5/1/2025. All right. So the newest jail call that you guys heard was 2024 in March. This was from days ago and it goes all the way up until the 4th. Thank you, Melissa, for being a member for 12 months. Now, the reason that's happening and why I have this exclusive content is because I am talking to Deborah Sterns. I've been talking to her, and you guys know that. You know, I've been talking to her, and so I got the exclusive. Now, you guys can wait for a year. If you don't like what I'm saying, you guys can wait for a year till the FOIAs come out, and maybe you'll get this content. But this content is very exclusive. I don't know when it's going to come out anywhere else. I'll show you the things. I'll have Synth is going to help me read. But before we do anything, I've been hearing other people on other channels say I'm allegedly talking to Deborah Sterns. There's nothing alleged about it, folks. Now, she's here with me. She's in chat, but she's also on my phone, and she wants to say hi to you guys. And then you can hear that I've been talking to Deborah Sterns. Okay, so I got the content there. Kelly sent a nasty, vile letter to Stephan, and he's responding to that nasty, vile letter that was sent on April 23rd. After that, he responds to his mom, and he responds to other things on YouTube that are happening right now. So it's not a year ago. What's going on is right here. I'm going to tell you that I've been talking to her, and I'm only doing that so people stop allegedly talking to Deb Sterns. All right, listen up.
Hi there, true crimers. This is Deborah Sterns, and is talking to me, and there's no give. I hope.
Ooh, I have to start that all over because Comcast. Just give a second, chill out. 222 chat. Say a prayer for Maddie. The first is Maddie's yearbook. They come in my. I'm going to play that again. Of course, it's going to cut out. I'm so tired of the alleged. Alleged. Now, this is not alleged. This is actually. So let me play that again for you guys. That was like the. Oh, all right. So Deb's right here. If it's freezing, I don't know. You guys let me know. If you can hear it. If you can hear it, let's go again. Can you hear it? And sorry, Synth, just give me a few minutes. Let me get it situated. All right, let's try this again. All right.
There. And Jay is to me, and there's no allegedly about it. I just think so Jay and she has a conscience, which is so lacking out there in the YouTube family. I hope you guys have a wonderful show tonight. Enjoy it, and maybe we'll do this again. Thank you. Good night.
All right, so we're gonna stop that for. It sounds like we're having internet trouble. All right, let's see. 1 second. All right, it's coming in and out. So if you guys can hear, if you can't hear it, I have like one bar. Am I gonna have to do this another night? Yeah, I don't know what to say, y'all. All right, let's try something real quick. Let me add Synth here and let's see. Hold on. Oh, Synth, you gotta unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted now. I wanted to make sure I was muted.
All right, so so Comcast has been having issues all day. Tomorrow they're coming in my house to fix it. If I'm
good.
not able to show, then I'm not.
Oh dear.
It's freezing and it's not working. Then
It's freezing again. Yeah.
All right, not good. Not good, guys. Not good. Yesterday it didn't work out. It was cut out for hours. Now, let me see if I can.
Look.
Hold on. Yeah, off. All right, let's do this. Let's see if it's a little better. I kind of cut down.
See?
It's gonna cut off. Hold on. I'm gonna roll it, guys.
Let's see, I'm showing my mod crew t-shirt. Oh, should I leave the studio? Or did Jay leave the studio?
Yeah, this is your back synth. I had to reload the whole thing. If it's not gonna work, I don't know. I might have to push it out. And tomorrow I have I don't know if you can even hear me.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. I see the cycly thing.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I don't know what to do with that. I can't do this.
Should we both exit and come back in?
Well, I just refreshed StreamYard. I mean,
there you are.
I'm refreshing StreamYard. So yeah.
There.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this one more time, guys.
Okay.
And I'm hoping it's gonna work. If it's not, I'm not gonna sit here talking to people, everybody that's like, oh, I can't see you. All right, guys.
Just give it a minute. The chat part I know is slower than where you and I are, Jay.
All right.
So it's gonna give they gotta give it a second. It's unlike
tomorrow,
Star Trek, it's not instant.
All right. Let's people could say it's good now. If it's not, I'm not gonna do it today. But
okay, so everybody do a 1 if you can hear and it's not glitchy right now. And Jay, talk quickly so that we can understand you or not.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Everybody coming in. 262 people in chat. Hopefully more. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Get a membership if you can. All right. So you guys can hear it.
Good to go.
All right.
We've got lots of ones, Jay. Let's
all right,
go.
Good. Now give me a
play the Deborah Stearns
yeah.
comment
You
video. Darn it,
yeah.
audio
I
again
got
if
it.
you
Now
would like.
you got to mute yourself now because you're cutting me off. All right. 1 second. Just mute yourself. All right, guys. Everybody come on in. 111. All right. Let's say a prayer for Maddie. We did that. Stephan Sterns' newly released text messages from 5/1/2025. Response to a vile letter. Synth is going to help out. Deb Stearns is right here. All right. Deborah Stearns is here. I'm going to let you guys know so we don't get any more. I'm allegedly talking to her. So she's right here on my phone and she's in chat. Let's listen to what Deb has to say, and then we're going to get started. Again, don't forget, we're here for justice for Madeline Soto. And of course, we all want to learn. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm the messenger, and Synth is the messenger reading these. But you guys can either wait for a year for them to come out, or I could read them to you. All right? So let's listen up.
Hi there, true crimers. This is Deborah Stearns, and Jay is talking to me, and there's no allegedly about it. I give things to Jay because I trust Jay, because she has a big heart and she has a conscience, which is so lacking out there in the YouTube family. I hope you guys have a wonderful show tonight. Enjoy it, and maybe we'll do this again. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Deb. I know you could still hear me, and that's good. So let's get her on there. We are talking to Deb Stearns, all right? And she did hit a 1. Deb, it's not freezing anymore. We should be good. Let's get justice for Maddie. All right. If that doesn't clear things up, then I have lots more voice messages. She'd love to send anything you guys want to hear, right? If you guys want her to sing the national anthem, I bet you I can get her to do that. Right, Deb? Because we have a sense of humor. Deb is crazy. Deb is crazy fun. She sends me these crazy memes that I'm like, did she just send me that? She's a real funny lady. So you can shoot me for that if you don't like my decisions to be nice to people and have things in common and think that she's funny. But what we're going to talk about, that is another story. Here it is. All right. So the first part of it, I'll go ahead and pull Synth up. Not good. That's not good. This is not bueno. No bueno, folks. No. No. You're muted. You're muted, girl.
You didn't tell me I could unmute.
Well, I was asking you if you could hear me.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Let me share the screen with the
Why can't you just mute me? Can't you mute me from your end?
I can, but you're just talking.
Sorry.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to bring the first one up, and I was trying to do the nice vile letter so people can also know that there's a response to it. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
But this got me all messed up. All right, so I'm going to keep you there. All right. All right, welcome everybody. Sorry about the, what do we want to call that? The kerfuffle, the meandering in. And that meandering is actually a word Stephan loves. We were joking about that too, that Stephan uses those words. And I think he uses those words because he's around people that use language like that. So I'm going to go with that. All right. Nat.
Thank you.
All right, now that you guys can hear, let's go over this real quick. I'm not going to be like super gross. I'm not going to try to read all the words. You guys can see them. There's a response to this letter I put up on my Patreon as well. And let's go. I want you guys to see this without, and then I want to say, if I was going to ask Stephan Sterns a question or try to write him, I would never say most of this. I'll tell you what I would say after. All right. Hi, while waiting. Now, this is from Kelly. Kelly is a YouTuber, a crime crew member, and she sent me a message like after April 23rd. I'd say like April 26th. She sent me a message saying that she wrote Stephan Sterns a letter and she wanted to share it with me. So she sent this to Stephan Sterns, and I call it the vile letter. While awaiting the start of your trial in a few short hours, I begin to wonder if you are aware of how popular you've become. You, in your case, have taken social media by storm and will be watching every day of your trial. I'll probably lower this a little bit. We're all curious when you're going to finally give up the disgusting human potato Jen Soto so that she can be held accountable for her part in the lifetime of abuse poor Maddie suffered and eventually her demise. Everyone knows she's just as responsible for Maddie's stolen innocent and red rum as you are. All right. Can everybody see that? And is it cutting out? Because I can't read and do that at the same time. All right. So I muted.
Slower.
What?
Just read it a little slower, and when it cuts, it won't matter.
Okay, well, we might have to do this again. But anyway, all right, you guys get the point. Every day while I work, I realize you know nothing about what a 60-hour work week looks like. And this is to Stephan Sterns. She wrote to him in jail. All right, now you can kind of continue to see. I don't want to really, read the whole thing. I'm just kind of giving you a. We went over this. So Stinky Sterns, poor Maddie, have to endure years of this. And then we get down to although the entire world has different perspectives, we all share the opinion that you are just the grossest human being on this planet. How does it feel knowing that you're so hated by the entire world? All right, so and it keeps going. She calls him gross and stinky. That's Kelly's letter. I put that up on my Patreon. I didn't want to read word for word of it because it's I call it the vile letter. All right. So she says, I thought for fun we could list all the things that makes you a useless piece of human shite. All right. And I'll just go to number 1 and number 2. Number 1, take Jen Soto's freedom away. Turn her in so she can be held accountable in this shit. And there's no punctuation on here, guys. And Kelly can reveal herself if she wants to. All right, Kelly, if you want to say who you are, you can. Otherwise, I won't. All right, so take Jen Soto's freedom away. Turn her in so she can be held accountable. That I agree. All this I agree with. Just maybe in a letter that will reach him. All right, guys, because the guards did not give this to him. All right. It's not fair you being punished and she gets away with it. Well, red rum. She gets to stay overly medicated and sleep in a real bed, probably with a fan and AC. Have all of her freedoms while you take all the charges and suffer. Come on now, that's not fair. So that's all these are good points. But number 2, good point. Well, what's that?
Thank you, Foxy.
Okay. Well, I'll just say, do us all a favor and yourself. Don't make the state of Florida pay for you to sit on death row for years and years, draining your parents' financial air with you. You're never getting out. No one wants you here. Take the burden off everyone and take your freedom back. Don't be a pussy. Show us all what a big man you could be. Do it for Maddie. Disrespectfully, fuck off, Stinky Sterns. Right? You guys get the gist of it, right? Who gets the gist of it? All right. So he responded to it. So Kelly, this is what after the 23rd, I got this about the 26th or so. And you guys, I can't change it breaking up. I love you guys, but the more you guys say that's breaking up, it kind of throws things off. All right. Synth, you're muted again.
You're fine.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to roll with it. If we need to do it another time, I'll just pre-record it. All right? Now, we're going to add this one up, and we're going to start. I'll read his side, the first thing, and then you'll do the next. All right? So, now, I want to say, if you're going to write Stephan Sterns and you want it to reach him, because it didn't, and you're going to hear why. The guards took it away because, well, it was vile. They're never going to let that go past. But if you want to speak to him and say, Stephan, we feel that Jen Soto, I mean, you can say most of the things, but when it's kind of like when you're threatening someone, you're not going to catch bees.
Say it. cordially
Well,
and use correct
well, well,
English, and
go
it's
to.
like Shakespeare, where you learn how to say things but without using curse words and being vulgar.
Well, look at this. Look, it didn't reach him, so it doesn't do any good. And my point is, if you want to do some good, you got to do like they do on those channels, like interview with a killer. You're not going to go on there to interview a killer and say, just start attacking him, saying, you're a
That's what
nasty piece of crap. Now tell me about the murder that you did. You're never going to do that. So if we want to make some, we want to make some headway into the case or learn more or get through, that's all I'm saying. So it didn't get through, but he responded. He did that. They did give him a notice that Jen the Potato Soto wrote to him because she put Jen the Potato Soto's address as a return address. All right. Which is
I was
funny.
agreeing with you. I think you thought I was not agreeing with you. I was saying you
Ooh.
want to come at it
Oh,
as a
no.
point of like Sideshow Bob and The Simpsons. You know, he knows how to cut you without saying vile words and
All right. So
being
that's the
nasty
wrong one.
about it. Just be,
That's the wrong one. Okay.
just,
Or
you know.
don't. Or don't. Yeah. Either way. All right. So here we go. Here. Let me add this up. All right, so I wanted to make sure you guys could see the you guys could do whatever you want. You guys want to write it did to him, and so
Peanut butter.
I got this up. You can see all the messaging right here. This is the tablet messaging. If you close enough, you'll actually see the text that's in there that says, "Hey." All right. And now this was received from Stephan Sterns on 5/1, which is what, 5 days ago at 8:24 a.m. Okay,
Last
guys?
Thursday.
Yeah. What's up, Paul? What's everybody? Good to see you. Yeah, just keep going. Fast forward it if you guys are having issues. All right, so I'm gonna read Stefan's and you're gonna read Deb's, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I just wanted everybody to know that. I don't know if it was cutting in and out at the beginning or not, or
Fine.
it was fine.
It's gonna keep doing it, so let's just do it regardless. And if you go back and watch it and you want to redo it, we can do it tomorrow too. So
Yeah.
let's just act like everything's fine. And if it happens, it's because we're on our space station in space, and there's a flare up, and it's gonna happen, people. So you just got to get used to
Right.
technology.
They better fix my internet tomorrow, man. Well, hopefully it'll be
Elon
super
hasn't made the
fast.
shield to block the sun's flares from his satellites that help the internet work. So until he
Yeah.
figures that out,
All right. So let me play
we
this
got a
one more
while.
time. Let me play this quick message one more time for all the people that
Thank you,
just
baby.
rolled in. Deb's here. She's listening. She's in chat, and I have been talking to her. So the whole allegedly, let's just throw it out the window, okay? And maybe at some point when there's not a bunch of like hate stuff, I don't even blame her. Sometimes I don't want to be on YouTube. All right, so cute. One more time, and then I'm gonna start reading, and she's gonna help me.
This is Deborah Stearns, and Jay is talking to me, and there's no allegedly about it. I give things to Jay because I trust Jay, because she has a big heart and she has a conscience, which is so lacking. Let's have a wonderful show tonight. Enjoy it, and maybe we'll do this again. Thank you. Good night.
All right, can you guys hear that? Okay, good. All right, let me lower this. All right, I'm going to read this first part. So Stephan Sterns actually responded to Kelly without even Kelly knowing, right? It's good to see you, Paul, everybody else in chat. Thank you guys for being here and staying patient. Let me read this response. This comes from his tablet, 5/1, 8:24 a.m. And he says, "Hey, okay, so it seems like the book is still on the way. That's cool." Now he's referring to a book that Deb sent him or Chris that they sent him. He says, "I'll keep waiting for it. That's all I can do. LOL." Well, since you mentioned someone calling Jen a potato head, someone has also tried to send me a letter. They scan all letters into the tablet system, but it looks like it came out on Tuesday, the 29th, and it was marked as having come from Jennifer Potato Soto. So it seems like someone was trying to troll. I don't know what it said. Well, that's what it said, guys. You guys just heard it. The system says it was rejected for an inappropriate content. So I won't be able to see it. I just that something came out and who it was from and that it was rejected. Anyway, I guess the potato thing is really catching on. All right, guys. So if you guys like that the potato thing is catching on, hit the like button because now everybody knows that it's Jen the Potato Soto.
Hit a like and put a 2 in the chat.
All right. Yeah. If you guys like that, yeah, hit a 2, put a 2 in chat and definitely like that
algorithm. All right.
Jen,
so now the response from Mama Bear.
On what day? We got to say the
Saturday, the 3rd. So just this Saturday. Hi, Stephan. Nice to hear they reduced the price of calls. Looking forward to that. Hate that we are being recorded, though, and they are provided to the general public. Just dumb. No one on the outside of the case needs to know every nuance of what is happening in it, nor should they have access to our personal communications. I wonder how they would like to live under the same umbrella of lack of privacy. We are going to brunch tomorrow with one of Chris's coworkers. He is from Alabama and misses his weekly Sunday brunch with his family. He and Chris and Jay are like peas in a pod, each with a unique skill set, and it is so cohesive and complementary for them. I'm so happy for him. No more toxic working situation. He loves getting up and going to the office now. He absolutely loves AI. I hope the books make it through the mailroom to you. I saw a little bit revealed of the letter from Jen that was not Jen, and it was pretty vile. I'm glad they didn't give it to you.
It's the vile letter.
The writer thought she was clever and funny. Well, not if you were on the receiving end of it. So again, thank you to the guards for not giving it to you. How is the origami coming along? Made any animals or birds or flowers? I wish I could see the trays you made for your coffee and stuff. Very clever. You do have an artistic streak in you. We miss you too. The situation is just such a tragedy. Wish we could just reboot and start over, going back to the moment any of this was a possibility. Things would be so different. Until you make up your mind to share the blame, things will not change for you, and that makes me sad and mad. You know both of these are DP cases. If Jen is a witness, I hope you just dead-eye the bitch if she can even look at you. Knowing her role in all of this. She will testify that she is totally innocent and that it is all you. Don't let that happen. In my heart, I know that is not true. I still think Maddie's passing was accidental. I guess I'll find out in September or whenever. Wish I could know ahead of time and brace for it either way. I hate being blindsided. You must take more of an active role in your own defense. Quit covering up for others. They don't deserve that. Apparently, Yolanda believes herself to be the queen of Kissimmee queen, LOL. Not much to brag about, but she needs it to bolster her own self-worth. I guess people don't know the woman behind the mask she wears. Jen will do whatever Yolanda says to do. Her mama dearest doesn't want her social status to slip at all. Supposedly not positive, but has been put out there that the cops that arrested you, questioned you, are part of her social circle. That is why Jen was able to pull the meds excuse for lying through her teeth and get absolved of it. Unbelievable. What a crop of liquid pig. There are experts in body language and the markers of lying, and they all point fingers at Jen too. She totally lied and totally knew everything. So maybe your team should look into putting them on the stand as expert witnesses. You didn't hear her interviews. You didn't see her. No emotion, no tears, no regrets, just lying her ugly head off. Too many discrepancies. So don't feel like you need to cover her butt. It is well and truly exposed. Oh, news in your area. The Kissimmee police chief resigned and several officers have been fired, all under the banner of corrupt police in Kissimmee, kind of along the lines of Windermere before they cleaned that rat's nest up, or the Orlando police and their reputation for being physically abusive for no reason.
Hold on.
Some people should never get a badge. That was a word omission. How they get Through psychological testing eludes me totally. You don't have a fan club out here, but neither does Jen. Unfortunately, as your parents, Chris and I don't have a lot of fans either. Or either. I don't know which way she says it. Some YouTube crime shows should be canceled. What a crock of gibberish they spew. Ugh. You can't even imagine hearing things about yourself that are so far from the truth. You just sit in mute shock, shaking your head over the evilness that these people embody. Worse, they get away with it. And the same lies spread like fleas in a kennel. Sorry for the rant. They are fraying my last nerve. When that one snaps, Mama Bear will take over and, well, you know. I wish I knew where that potato stick came from. Oh, photo stick came from. Sorry, I don't know where potato.
Oh wait, we can stop. Let me know when you get to a good break, just so I can make a note to you.
Okay.
Are we okay? You're still on the same one, right?
I'm almost to the last of the second side of that page.
Oh, cool, perfect. You rock.
Okay. I wish I knew where that photo stick came from. Was it given to you? Wish we had the 411 on that piece of garbage. Just gross. If you ever get a letter or tablet message from Jay Scott, she is one you can talk to. She is fair, honest, and she's kept every promise to me about relaying messages. So you'd love her. A Cali girl, another mama bear. I know you need to talk to other people than us. Just let me help vet them, please. I can see more out here than you can in there. Some are lying wankers who want to abuse your trust for a buck. Okay. Do you want me to stop there or do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can. Let me see. Let me make sure. I got lost.
I'm on the last page.
Okay, and then I'll do Stephan after that. Is that the next one?
Correct.
Okay, let me know when you get there. Yeah.
All right. So there are some things I wish I could share with you, but I can't in this format with the state letting anyone with $1 or whatever to buy our conversations. Stella is now white again. LOL. Took me 3 shampoos and rinsing and 1 light conditioner and rinse, and voila, from dingy to dark, but still looks a little apricot down the middle of the back. Darn clay stains. But the darker dirt came off. I wish you were here, definitely, and none of this was real. My next cardiac appointment is this week on the 7th. Hope it is nothing serious. I feel pretty darn good these days, but Stella wrecked me yesterday. Back, shoulders. I actually slept for 7 hours. For me, that is a super wow. Know that every moment of the day.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going. I have a lot of comments, but go ahead. We'll get through it first.
Know that every moment of the day you are loved, not liked much at times, which I think is a true statement for most parents.
Right.
Just the truth, but always loved. Can't stop my heart from doing that. You are my child. You are wanted, not an accident. So regardless, the love lives on. But given the chance, you can believe I'd smack the back of your head and yell, what the were you thinking? Stinking thinking.
That's what I was going to say to him,
I want to get this back to you, so I'll get off. Big hugs, Mom. All right.
All right. Is it my turn yet?
Now it says, there. Next one says 5-4 from Deborah Stearns, and it's the like a cutout.
Now I think, yeah, it is a cutout, and I just wanted a lot of this is a lot of this
Kentucky Derby thing. Did you want to read that?
Yeah, I wanted because I wanted to respond to it. I think I'll just like put it up somewhere. We don't need to read all of it. Do you want to read part of it and then I'll respond? Like, I don't think we need to read the whole thing. Is there anything?
Let me see. They went to I don't know. They went. Okay, hold on. Yes, it looks like they went to the Kentucky Derby. It was not really exciting. They got rain. And went to a restaurant. And are you doing any cartooning? And she's got to go. Let's just put it there.
We're going to see all of that when it comes out. Those things are all going to come out just like it did when we, with the new video before this, where we were looking at lists of when he took a shower and what books he didn't get. Remember? Yeah. So that's why I put up in memory of Madeline Soto while we're doing this. I showed the note. Whoever's going to take it's going to take it. But yeah, I figure I want
the biscuits for you.
Go talk about that so I can respond to it.
So there doesn't say anything about this. It just says the Simply Southern restaurant is gone. The Iron Skillet is gone. All these restaurants are gone. And I guess in that maybe he's having the memory because he's going to describe something about food, but I'm not seeing that in a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I put it up there, because
So
there's a lot of
we're
talking about what.
bacon. Yeah. So the last message is going to be you.
Okay.
The one that
So,
says previous message received from Stephan Sterns on 5/4, which is May the 4th be with you.
okay, I guess I'll put that one back up. I wanted to show Maddie while we're doing it. I don't want just
Okay.
text on the screen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can read it. You want me to read it? Because it's long. I know how your
Well,
throat gets.
yeah, sure. If you want to read it, I mean, you're doing fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll read this one too, and then you can come back and make all your commentary, and everybody can get into it. Because I can't read any of the chat while this is going on. So
yeah, I can read chat while you do it, and just tell them the date of it.
yes. So this is, of course, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Apparently today is now May the 6th be with you. So I don't know, or the 6th. I don't know.
Well,
Any
yesterday was Cinco
reason
de
for
Mayo. I didn't even realize it
any
was Cinco
reason
de
for
Mayo.
George Lucas to make money off of his Star Wars stuff with Disney now? He's going to do it. So it is what it is,
Yes.
right?
Rest in peace, Maddie.
Right. So this is from him. Hey, I almost snorted while reading your description of how they disrespected those grits, and I agree. All those things would have been fine in an omelet, but not grits. What in the world?
There
And
it
yes,
is.
when it comes to biscuits and gravy, you have to have good biscuits. It's the primary building block, for crying out
Oh
loud.
my goodness.
The gravy can be so-so and still pass muster, but the biscuits must be good or the whole thing is a fail. Oh gosh, I'd love some biscuits and gravy or some grits or some eggs and bacon or sausage with onions and mushrooms would be mighty tasty too.
Hold on, stop for a second. Now, again, let's try not to shoot the messengers. We're reading and relaying these to you. Now, these messages are going to come out and somebody else is going to read them at some point. So, Kitchen Skills, we love you. We definitely don't want anybody to think that we're trying to say Stefan's the victim. We know he's not the victim. I am, and I've told Deb, I am for the death penalty. Of course, she's not. Some people aren't. I am. I don't disagree. Stephan Sterns is now going to be on trial soon for the 60 SA charges and taking Maddie's life premeditated. So I don't want anyone to get it twisted that we on this channel, Guilty of Crime, don't think that he isn't where he belongs and that sort of thing. So I just want to make sure. I know you guys are just commenting, but I also want to double back down about Maddie's death and the accident part and kind of what another lady from the channel that I'm going to be on tomorrow night said. So I just want you guys to know that we want justice for Maddie, but we want to give you the information as it comes out because I know you're all interested. Right? So we're just reading that for you. All right, go ahead. Synth is reading it.
It's really important to understand both sides of the story, to walk in both sides and paths of that person's moccasins, as they used to say. You know, you don't know till it's you. And you can be the parent of the victimized or the victim, the shamer or the shamed. It depends on how you want to process it. But if we want to know the mindset and how a person gets to where they get, it is important for us to be that devil's advocate sometimes. And, you know, many people don't like that Philip Dubé guy that goes on court TV because he's had a lot of plastic surgery because he's in LA, but that's okay. But he's a good devil's advocate. He comes up with things that you need that you might not think of and go, well, okay, then they can look a way around it. And so it's really good to get it from the actual people. It is not hearsay. They're on the line. If she wants to say, don't read my words in that tone, I won't do it. I'm just being a voice actor. We are not promoting anything or anyone's agenda. We're simply
it's going to come out
and research.
Yeah, you guys are going to see it. Grizzly True Crime's going to pay thousands of dollars. Plunder's going to pay thousands of dollars, and they're going to get that information to you, and they're going to relay it to you as well. So we're just doing it now, and thank you, Deb, for not making us pay. You know, because we don't have $5,000
resources.
We don't have those resources, but we appreciate Grizzly and Plunder that put them out for us to interpret. All right. And
so we
let me just
biscuits and it being delicious. Okay. Oh man, he's making me hungry with all this talk of $1 million bacon with the maple syrup and the cayenne pepper on it. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. I've been really hungry lately. Can you tell? No snacks and no coffee for a week has been a real kick in the guts, but that trustee finally brought me a single packet of coffee today, and it was so good. I was quite happy. I bet it's nice to have good barbecue again, and that seafood place sounds good. I have never previously entertained or liked the thought of raw oysters or anything like that, but you know what? I should be willing to try them now. I heard they are really good with some Tabasco hot sauce. And I have a loose basis of a recipe for a creamy oyster stew that I'd love to be able to make and try, based on the favorite oyster stew of a character in one of the Dune novels. Nerd. There are lots of food ideas from
Well, that's how
literature
you
that I
know.
want to
That's how
try,
you know it's from you. That's how you know it's from Stephan, though. When people are like, "I don't
right?
think you're really
Nerd.
getting that from," you can tell by
Exactly.
how he talks and how they talk.
Yeah, but you know what, nerd right
Okay,
here, because I did that with
right.
all of the Dragons of Pern that Anne McCaffrey did.
Okay,
Boy,
so we're real quick. Deb does say she's for the death penalty. It's better than a protracted death. So whoever corrected me, you're right. But I don't like lessen my feelings about this because we're reading this. I still I'm all for the death penalty, and apparently she is too. So who corrected me? Thank you.
all right. There are lots of food ideas from literature that I want to try. Every time I read about something that sounds tasty or interesting, I write it down. If I'm fortunate, maybe I'll get a chance to make them and test them out on you. This is a sincere hope of mine. Today was Star Wars Day. May the Fourth be with you. I wish I could have been at Disney. It's fun to go to Galaxy's Edge and spend the evening waving a lightsaber around with everyone else. On May 4th, hundreds upon hundreds of people pack into the area around the Millennium Falcon and hold up their lightsabers up in the air together. It is a really amazing sight and feels so bright you could practically see it from space. LOL. I have been slacking a bit on the cartooning. I am still working on the fundamental techniques for shading and working on my motor skills. And I have made some improvement in those areas where things just suddenly click and I will get better at specific things. But I have been taking a little break because it's very involved and takes a bit of a toll on my hand and wrist. But I'm planning to jump back into it very soon. Reading all this manga really makes me want to learn even more. The origami is much easier by comparison as it's just reading instructions and following them exactly, which I'm quite good at. Drawing is a much more demanding discipline and requires a lot for me to make even small improvements. That made me think of Jodi Arias and her paintings in prison, but I haven't applied myself to it as deeply as I could. I might ask for another book related to that in the near future, as the draw anime book I have now is pretty good, but soul of the technique it teaches, I think you mean some of the techniques it teaches are a bit lacking in how thorough or detailed they are. So I will keep working at it though. The system is about to go down. I got to send this off now or I'll miss my chance. Love you both and talk to you soon. Art. Or love. I don't know how they take
All
the.
right, and we'll add this back. Let me remove this. People are just gonna snip it anyway. But yeah, another thing that was popping in my head while you were talking, and I'd love to find this out, although I think that it's just a hype thing. Jumpsuit Pablo came out with a video that says Stephan Sterns already has a hit on him, which I'm imagining it's a bit embellished because a lot of times, like he has people in jail he talks to, and he probably says, this son of a bitch that did this and this, and they're like, if he gets in here, we're gonna have a hit on him. So if anybody's seen that video, let me know. People have been messaging me saying Stephan Sterns has a hit on him, and I saw it on Jumpsuit Pablo, and I was like, the way it talks, it's like it's news. But I think it's really just him talking to someone and saying, if he gets in here, when he comes. So I just want to talk about that for a second. I don't think that's real news. I'll try to find out. I asked Deb. She said she hasn't heard of it. But a lot of things get embellished. I'm seeing his the cellie across the way. It's not his cellmate, but what do you call them? Another prisoner, the one that his
Yeah, I would
girlfriend.
assume the guy down the road.
Well, yeah,
I
the
don't.
guy that's sending his girlfriend
Your
sending
hallmate.
Stephan packages.
Your home
Yeah,
mate.
I guess it's an inmate across from
Cubicle.
him.
I don't know. You have to know the setup, right? Is it Are they 2x2, 4x4? What does it look like? I don't think they have those
It's just
blueprints.
it's across the way. They show inside of jails, but he's there and the other guy's there, and so
Yeah,
he does him
yeah.
favors. So yeah, somebody says
I
they're
didn't know
100.
you could even do that, by the way. I thought that was against the law to.
Well, you're talking. He got to remember they wrote him up for it, but he didn't really get any consequences. It wasn't
Right.
much of a consequence. And Dee Dee, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. We appreciate you. We love you back. Jen's a gypsy. Shamble on crime crew. Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you to Synth. I just kind of want to talk about stuff as we are going through it, but I was like, okay, wait.
Mhm.
So last night I was watching Alex. It's Alex Erickson, I think. I'm gonna be on her channel tomorrow, and they were talking about the accidental thing with Maddie maybe accidentally dying. And I guess on Hidden True Crime, Dr. John said something about when there's different levels of like necrophilia. And
Mm.
if somebody wants somebody to be semi unconscious or semi-conscious, different
Mhm.
levels of it, and
Mhm.
maybe that's how she accidentally died. But then you go to the hyoid bone being broken, and it takes what, 40 pounds or more to break? Is that what it said? Yeah,
Yeah.
I when I
Yeah,
say
it was a pretty good amount of pressure, 20 to 40
yeah,
pounds, and
so
very specific.
when I say accidental, meaning that maybe something was happening while they're doing that rough sex, something like that, and it wasn't that Jen wanted to do that or Stephan wanted to do that, but it happened during the course of something else,
So
right?
a long time ago, I'm going to say the 90s, there was a movie with Sean Connery, and he was in Japan, and it had Tia Carrera in it. And it came out that the one guy had gone around and done that to one of the geisha workers, like one of those kind of people. And that was how he had done it, through the fetish of that act. It was like a supermodel played the role, but he did that, asphyxiated her on the conference table, and it just got rough. You were just in the moment and in
Yeah,
that
that's what we need.
euphoria, or I'm trying to think of that song Bolero, and the crescendo of it all. Something happened.
There you go. And that's perfect. What Kawasaki says, they just passed a law in regards to 2021 can't claim rough sex as a defense. And that's what I mean by that.
In Florida specifically?
If you're looking at that, yeah, if you're, they didn't, I don't know if they said Florida.
All
See,
right.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
That's cool if they did.
And that's why we're trying to get the ladies out there to help with Maddie's law and other laws to help the children, like from ELO, Brett, Bonini, right? They don't have these laws in place yet. And so this stuff's happening. So where is that, Kawasaki? All right.
Yeah, I know it's not rough it's rough graping. I understand.
Right, exactly.
Sorry.
Right. But I don't know if that's in the law. You don't need
Right.
to apologize. It's if that's the law that they're talking about.
Some of the
that's
words laws have old wordage, and we have to change that by making people aware.
If you don't, then it's going to stay the same. So
exactly.
Okay, Kawasaki said she'll post it. So I wanted to talk about that because I may be talking about that tomorrow night, and I would love if Jenny Lou, her name was, on that channel, was talking about it. Again, I just don't know what the motive is. If people speculate Jen had a part in it and she came in and there was jealousy or any of it, but the hyoid breaking is not accidental. So, all right. Anyway, I had other thoughts about it, but then
when you're a man of that size compared to a girl of her size, and you are doing graping or whatever you want to call it roughly, and you put yes, that can still be accidental if he didn't mean to it and he just meant to choke her, because that's what they'd done a million times before and everything was fine, and this was the one time,
or
whatever
she was over
reason.
medicated.
And a lot of reasons is that also she was growing, Her neck was getting longer. The positioning of the bones was different. Things that you, when you're a child and you're smaller and your things are, I mean, the only thing that stays the same on you from when you're born are the size of your eyeballs. Everything else changes and grows and changes positions even. So, I mean, it's not shoved up here now. You have more room because you have a longer torso, that kind of thing. So she had grown. They hadn't been together. There were a lot of circumstances and things going on, and it sucks. We know it sucks.
And
We are
yeah,
not in
no.
any way absolving him of
We're
what the
just-
hell he was doing, how long he was doing it, whatever.
we
And
just
I'm
tried to
sure
speculate. Yeah.
everybody is walking in the if I'd only, if I'd only, if I'd only.
Right. And
Every-
it could have been, if we ever hear a defense, then we might hear about Jen coming in and,
Yeah.
her adrenaline kicks in. She gets strength and she grabbed Maddie
Yeah.
by the neck and slammed her. We don't
Yeah.
know. And
Dude,
Deb,
you don't know what you can do when
Yeah.
you get adrenaline. I lifted a fucking car off a kid
That's-
with adrenaline. You are, it's amazed what you can do when adrenaline kicks in. You do superhuman crazy stuff.
And that's
So,
what
I
we
mean,
need to know. Yeah, we need to know that. We want, that was a good letter that someone wrote to him, minus all the vile stuff. Had
Yeah.
they just said, hey, maybe you could think about this, and
Right. And
So,
also on that
we-
last part of it, it said, also don't put all the taxpayers through this, because why is it fair to us that we all got to be paying for that? That doesn't make any sense. Why draw it out? Yada, yada, yada. I mean, I don't get from him that he's very Lori Vallow and he needs the spotlight. I don't get from him that he's very Sarah Boone and he needs that kind of spotlight. I mean, he wants acknowledgement. He wants
but
to
we
have
don't know yet.
pay
Yeah,
attention,
we don't.
but we don't have to do any of that. That's what his mom's for. So we're just relaying information, right?
Yeah, I mean, and then I wanted to talk about it because they were talking about it on another channel, and so I was like, okay, these are the things I want to kind of hone in on. There's a lot of information in the beginning, just him replying to the letter, and then there were
Right.
personal things going on. So, I mean, we don't know what happened or what anyone's thinking. We're only going to find out when trial comes. But everybody's interested. Now, toxicology, that would be awesome. I know Stephan, we heard him say that he saw the autopsy report. So we gotta say, if he saw the autopsy report and he's talking to his mom about, well, I walked away, and maybe it somehow matches that. He's never talked about toxicology, but he did say that that Maddie wasn't pregnant, and so did the other family, the Wallaces. Soto, not Soto, they never talked.
I thought it was
Tyler
the
talked
advocate or somebody.
No, it was the family member that
Okay.
actually said from the Wallaces, Tatiana and Tyler. Now
Okay.
they're the only other people that could have seen it. All right.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
all of those people say she wasn't pregnant.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So it's, again, direct sources. I mean, what are you going to do? You don't have to like it. That's just, who likes any of these stories we're telling or what's going on in any of these situations? The point is that we're trying to make people aware so that you see something, you say something, you do something, you get involved with your legislators, get involved with your council people, go run for office, even if it's the dumbest way you can get in. I mean, it gets you the social capital that you need to start spreading the message. Like what we're doing is getting more message out there for Rebecca and for what happened with Corey. What we're
I
trying
knew
to
someone was going to say that. I knew someone would say that too, about Deborah complaining about no privacy, but she's sure sharing a lot of private information.
But
she's not. They're coming out anyway. They're going to come out. She knows what's coming out. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to say on that. I knew that was going to come and someone was going to say that, but it's going to come out anyway. I have a call after this from Chris, and it was from a year ago. So everybody's like, why are you even talking to Chris? Do you hear the shit he's talking? Well, we're talking about now. We're not talking about a year ago. Here's what happened then, and here's what happened now. So it's going to come out anyway. And I'm talking to her. She's sharing things with me, and she let me share them with you. Or we could just wait and pay for it, and when it comes out, right? Again, we don't know until trial comes. We could just stop covering it until trial comes, right?
Yep.
But I mean, we'll see what Stephan's gonna say. He says that he left the room, and when he came back, does that mean Jen did it? Does that mean he didn't realize he did it? What does that mean, right?
Yeah. Right.
But we could just
So I have to
speculate.
say, though, from your fans, if you were to stop just doing no guilty of crime at all, your fans might come stalk you because we know where you live now. Unfortunately, thanks to some people, we would come and stalk and be like, Jay, we need you. It's 4 o'clock. What
I
do we
know. I took
do?
the day off yesterday, and everybody was like, "Are you okay?"
Right. The world is
Okay.
ending. Where's my Jay? I took
And
my
yesterday I was
medicine.
like, "Where's my synth? I need you." I didn't have a voice yesterday, so there's
I just
Alex.
learned 4 words of sign today, so I'm not very helpful. Though I did learn help. Help. Help you, help me, help them. I was like, that's a good word to know. Out of all the
Right.
sign I ever learned with babies, I don't know how I didn't learn the word sign for help. It's very confusing.
All right. So let's see some of the comments. You guys, if you guys want to post some things, I see Deb right here. If you guys have like yes or no stuff, beauty lover, is it possible Maddie was
probably aggravated and she didn't want to be touched. Yeah, she said she wasn't like, I have to explain this Puerto Rican food to people. That makes me upset.
Yes, it is possible. There's a lot of possibilities. Guess what, guys? Let me just tell you real quick. Tomorrow I'm going to be on Alex Erickson, right? So it's at there's a link there. Alex Erickson. She's great, super sweet. I was listening to her yesterday. They're very informative and just nice, good people. So I'm going to go over there and talk with them about the case, right? I've been covering it. So there you go. If you guys need the J Guilty of Crime fix, I'll be over at youtube.com/Alex Erickson 11. Yeah, thank you, Carly, for that. And no, that's not an accident, and we're not even trying to say that. No consent is yes, child abuse. There's no consent when they're underage.
Just
all,
horribly,
and we're still,
horrible.
We want to hashtag arrest Jen Soto, man. Let's look at this. Look at this. I didn't even get to talk to you about this. So this came out in her yearbook.
Oh,
I do wish they would have used a better picture, but it's still beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't.
I think it's probably from her schoolroom. If you look behind her, it looks like there might be papers on the wall from the classroom. So it's probably from one of her teachers.
She's got her little hoodie on. And it looks like the hood's backwards. My daughter does that. She'll do her hood backwards.
They go through a phase.
Oh, yeah.
They all go through this weird backward hoodie phase. It's bizarre.
Also like baggy stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
So Deb said, tell them this is why I'm talking. Truth left to rot in silence. It begins to look like guilt. And that's very true. It's very true. It's hard for me sometimes to be quiet when I hear this nasty stuff going around. Trust me, Synth knows. So yeah, that was a good quote. Truth left to rot in silence begins to look like guilt. And it's interesting because Stephan is actually freaking talking. Like before we even talked to Deb, we heard them on the phone, you guys, and I've never heard something like that before. That was crazy. Yes, Matt, the Guilty of Crime membership. We love you.
I have a justice crown, and I put the justice crown on when Jay starts talking crazy talk and getting too riled up, and I have to put I don't have a lawyer hat yet, so I put on my justice crown, and I bring her back down, and then okay, all right, whew, all right. You let the legal dogs go out there and tear them up. We got that, right?
Yeah, well, we got the Guilty of Crime crew and the mods, so we're good. I love how a bunch of people just left. They're like, "Screw you guys!" All right, well,
the hell out of here.
I don't want to combine the episode today. I do want to play the jail call. I guess I can. Should we do that? Because I don't want to go too crazy.
It's only 5 o'clock. We've only been here an hour.
Yeah, I know. And there you go, Caro. I put that for you. Caro says, Deborah, your son is guilty. I don't know what voice you're saying it, but
she knows this. She knows this. She has said this, and she knows this.
Yeah, she's not.
She's in the same boat as this. Like, what the hell were you thinking? Why the hell did you do that? What the hell did I do wrong? What didn't I see? If I could go back and do this and give you, don't think I wouldn't.
It's like you're in my text messages. She's always like, "What could I have done different?" And I'm like, "Nothing."
I
mean,
you kill yourselves with the what ifs. You kill yourself, and that's what rots you. I mean, the point is that at least we know she's feeling it, and at least we know there's something. What are we getting out of the Sotos?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, we should play the jail calls then. You're going to stay up here with me. It's a one call from Chris. I'll go ahead and respond to it since we're here. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do that with my favorite mod. She's not my favorite mod. She's my super mod. We all have different things going on, but she got the name.
We are all wonderful in our own way, in our own strengths.
Yeah, you guys, there's
I'm
always
your
a lot
favorite
of
human.
Yes,
Use that one. Human.
Well, we keep the loyal people around here, and everyone knows what we mean by loyal. So that's all I'm going to say. All right. So there's a lot of victims in crime cases. I've seen it for years. Yes. When there's one red rum, there's going to be 20 other people that are affected, and probably even more, like 20 intimate, and then outside of it. All right. So we're all a part of this, and we could just stop until the things happen, but we dig into it every day. So that's what we're doing here. We want to get our side out. I love covering other cases, but we're going to cover this for a bit. Let me pull this down, and I'll put
Peterson is still rotten in that jail. He'll be fine. He can wait another.
And
he had his chance.
I also know somebody in that jail that says that whole, like, a lot of the shit they talk about and the pickleball and how they make it all dramatic. That's just all it is. A lot of it's just fake. Even court TV, like, let me get the guy with the pickleball fighting. It's just hyped up.
These are new.
News. There you go. People
These are new.
And
I lost my regular glasses at the Kylie Minogue concert in Seattle, so I had to get new glasses.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out which Kylie.
The one that was the original, not the one that was named after the original, that tried to sue the original when the original was like, bitch, I was here since 97. Shut your hole.
All right. When did Maddie's dad want her to come stay with him, and for how long?
We don't know. That summer that he turned 13.
Okay, so she went in the October before, and then she was supposed to go again. And we don't know about Jen. I mean, right? We want to arrest Jen Soto. Everybody wants to arrest Jen Soto. All right.
Wasn't it like that with Sebastian? He was getting ready to go be with Seth.
No, Jen is not coming. I was about to say that. Yes, he was about to go with Seth. He was literally going to go with Seth that next day, like that week.
Yeah. They do that crap all the time because they just don't. They're like, nope, I'm not letting you, the other person, have them. I said no, and I'm good. I mean, no, and if I can't have them, then you can't have them. No matter if it's a happy thing or a bad thing, It's like they just get it in their head. I'm going to be the one.
All right, so we're going to listen to April 10th, 2024. So this is almost a year
ago.
All right, this is a year ago at 6:51 p.m. And Deb, you can tell Chris he's a star. Thank you, Gavin Fish. I'm using your audio. Chris is on YouTube now. And let's hear what stuff we have to say about that. Okay. People were emailing me about it, so I'm like, okay, I better just cover it.
0, 2, 1. After this message, press 1 to place a call. Press 2 to please enter your PIN number followed by the pound sign.
She doesn't really know about that, but thank you, Nettie. All right, so just real quick, I'll answer that. Nettie, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. What's Deb thoughts on Maddie's bio? I don't think she knows much about Tyler Wallace. She can tell me she's listening here if she wants to, or she knows. But somebody asked me to ask Deb about the music teacher, Idolo Brett. And she doesn't know. She didn't know about the flute lessons or the lessons. She has no idea who did what with what. They weren't with her on a day-to-day basis. And when they were, they didn't talk about the day-to-day stuff.
And they didn't live in the same area. So it's not like they took her to school and they knew the teachers and went to conferences. They weren't those kind of grandparents. They didn't live close.
No, she said she never met Tyler, and she's letting me know some more stuff right now. But yeah, a lot of this stuff just wasn't, she would see him, and she said to them, like, stop sleeping in the bed. You're getting too old. And then, that happened later on.
Were there that time. She was like, no, she's going in the room with me, and you guys are going over there, and you can go potato your potato. No.
But they didn't listen. And they
went home and they potatoed anyway.
Yeah, maybe we would just be in a different circumstances where Maddie was, essayed and she could go to therapy and get out of it, but we're not there. All right. It didn't happen, unfortunately. So let's listen to this phone call so we can try to respond.
After the tone,
this damn
please
thing.
Say United States of America.
Oh my God, I hate this part.
To your messages, international call.
I'm going to tell Stephan, you don't have to say that. You can say anything.
1 cent for each additional minute,
Tell him to
excluding
say
taxes and
anything.
other applicable fees. The time limit is 15 minutes. Press 0 to
Oh my
continue
goodness.
or
Come on, answer the phone.
hello. You have a call at no
Hello.
expense to you from
Stephan Sterns.
an inmate at
Osceola County Corrections
Ooh.
Department.
To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse, this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
I thought we weren't going to hear from you till tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't realize that I could actually call right back after the 15 minutes was up. Oh, I'm out walking, so it's just going to be you and me. Okay, that's fine. You'd been asking me where the watch was, and I tried to quickly convey those instructions to you. Did you still need me to go over that with you? Yes. Okay. Yes. So at the foot of my bed, there's a bunch of my, boxes from when I moved there. Yes. On top of those boxes, there should be a green tin with.
So it's interesting. I'm going to stop really quick. Who is I wonder how much they're charging for these phone calls and why it took a year. It's really hard to gauge what's happening a year ago. You know what I mean?
Somebody mentioned that they release the things the way they released them in the order they released them by how it's being pulled to be put into as evidence, or they're looking at it. Somebody started to touch it, and then that helped it to get in the beginning of the queue to get released. And that kind of makes sense. That's kind of why it's a bit random and
it does.
It doesn't say this department or this department or this department is pulling it, but somebody does it, and that kind of activates the program, and then now it becomes releasing.
Yeah. Well, that's good to, just when you think of it that way, because it's I have a lady that's helping me now. Thank you, Tanya. I don't want to say your whole name, but she's helping me get some documents from for that case and for some others we're going to cover. And they want me to pay a bill before we get it. I still need the bill, but I'm like, dang.
I remember Plunder had one of those one time where they wanted her to play it was a couple of, and she's like, well, how do I know what to send you if I don't know if I'm getting one page or 197 pages? It makes a bit of a difference.
Right. I believe it's because the calls were given to the defense as discovery, so they're available. Okay, so it could be a year, it could be 2. We don't know when that's going to come out, but this was a year ago, and we thought we would, be the messengers to give you the new stuff, and hopefully we get more things that really have an impact on this case rather than just he had root beer barrels, they were out, he didn't take a shower, oh, he didn't take a shower again, oh, he didn't take. We want to know more. I do anyway. All right.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like a gold eagle on the top of it. It's like a Warhammer ammo box tin. The watch is either in there, or if it's not in there, it's going to be in one of the boxes at the foot of my bed. If you look inside, there's a Disney popcorn bucket in the shape of a Star Wars mouse droid. It's like a little silver box with wheels on it, basically, and a brown strap. It could be in there because I put some important stuff in there. I think my Social Security card and birth certificate might be in there as well. Did you get that? Okay. So describe this Disney pin again. It's a mouse droid popcorn bucket that's in one of the boxes at the foot of my bed. So it's just like a little silver boxy looking droid with a brown strap on it. It's actually a popcorn bucket. But I use it to store some documents and stuff, and the watch might be in there if it's not in the green tin on top of the boxes. Yeah, okay. All right. Some other things I wanted to ask. So you said that you went to the mental hospital. Whatever happened with... I don't know what's happening because we don't know how to get a hold of anybody.
Okay, now I remember why this is coming out. Okay, so we don't even know. I got this from Gavin's channel. Everyone's listening to this, but he kind of talked about Jen's in a mental hospital. Where is she now? It's guilty of crime. There it is. Only the mod crew can wear those. You got to be cool like synth. Okay, so that was okay. I get that. They Okay, so that was a year ago, and when this first started, we thought. I mean, we think still that Jen may have checked herself in for a few days. People think she's hiding, but I don't think she is hiding with her family. But I don't think she's in the mental hospital. I think it was a very short period of time, if she even went. All right, so let's keep listening. What do you got to say about that?
She if she went, they could have gotten her out of there. There's a law in Florida specifically for you can go and take them out of there. So it don't matter if they're in there or out there. If they're going to get charged or whatever the hell, they can go in and get them out. And I think that she was in there, but I definitely think she's just at home and getting
Yeah,
some Yolanda Juan justice right now.
Yeah, she's with Stephanie. So let's keep going. That I'm going to say, in my opinion, she's with Stephanie, her sister, Stephanie Soto. All right. So that's from the grapevine. And we've even heard, one of the crime crews called Yolanda, and she's like, get a life. We're not going to give Jen up. So there you go.
She did a William Shatner, the get a life.
Okay.
And supposedly has institutionalized herself. So
yeah. Yeah, probably what you said, that was what, to keep the cops off of her?
supposedly on the advice of her attorney.
I see. Did you guys ever get the silver Lincoln back?
Oh, no, we don't expect to see that until the trial.
Okay. And I assume no other belongings that were left were able to be retrieved either, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, the police had the gun, so that can be released to me. Of course, the phone I let you use, so they said they would release that to me, so I got to see if I can get that.
Yeah, because obviously, I didn't even really use it, so.
I don't know if Jen even is trying to fight for her innocence. She's just not talking, and she has the right to not talk, right? She has the right to not talk. She has a lawyer. I don't think they're going to speak. Now, Stephan is speaking 10,000 times more than she is. Just when we hear the calls and he talks about, he's sad. He didn't want Maddie's life to be gone. Whatever he's talking about, you guys decide if he's telling the truth. Go ahead.
Do we know if Stephan has told his lawyer that he's talking to his mom and his mom's talking to us? And have they told him to STFU or anything? Or have they?
She would have said that. So you read the letter that said, talk to Jay Scott from Guilty of Crime. So no, there hasn't been anything to come back like that. But if you notice, and I think, Deb, if you're listening to me, you guys are getting less phone calls, right? It's more tablet. So as you guys know, I don't know what other calls are going to be coming past the year because I'm not sure that there's necessarily phone calls.
Phone calls or the text, either, he's still talking to someone on the outside. That outside person is talking to the media.
Right.
Is his legal team okay with that, or do they?
We haven't heard a thing.
Or say, don't talk about this as long as you talk about the dog.
Well, think about it. We heard the first calls, right? We're never gonna know what he's talking to his lawyer about, but we heard the very first calls. And on the first calls, it was a long time ago. It was like right when he was trying to figure things out and he got arrested, and he talked about walking out or walking back in, and Maddie was already gone. So we haven't heard anything else since then. Now we're listening to this from a year ago.
Yeah.
So, you got to just put 2 and 2. All right, let's listen to this so I just have a lot to say.
The way the body camera, the camera in the sheriff's deputy's car that escorted you from Orange County to Osceola County, all that video and audio, somebody got a hold of, and it's out on the internet with YouTube.
Wow, really?
YouTube, those YouTubers.
Yeah.
YouTubers.
Wow.
So these YouTubers, these amateur sleuths, who have now decided to make it their life's work to try to uncover the real Stephan Sterns. And of course, they're drilling down, to the whole family and making quite a circus of the whole thing. that entire video is on YouTube. The entire conversation you had.
Hold on, I corrected myself, Grace. I said that Deb, I'm for the death penalty and she knows it. And I specifically said she knows it, but she has whatever her thoughts are. It may be not. And then we corrected it. And she did say she'd rather have the fast track. So sometimes people listen to me and then they take off and go do groceries and they come back and they hear just a part of it. Yeah. So much love to you. She actually did say that she prefers the fast track. Do the death penalty. I wasn't quite sure what her stance was. I just said she knows my stance and I'm fine with hers, whatever it is, right? So there you go. That's what it is. It's not because of that. She actually said the fast track would be better than just dragging it out. Welcome, Rebecca Michelo. Good to see you, my friend. And she says, cute dog. And glasses, too. And glasses. All right. Let's listen to
did another 5.
Those YouTubers.
Thank you, Nath. Another 5.
Thank you, Nath. 6 guilty of crime memberships. We're gonna definitely do a members
11.
only soon. Because
Maybe
the other
11
one
because he did 5 and then a 1 and then a 5 again. So he's done 11.
So 11. Thank you. Is that a he? All right, let's keep going. Good to see you, my Leo twin.
I don't know. Human.
You're not deputy.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure we talked about music most of the time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She used that. One of these people, Blunder or somebody,
Blunder.
YouTuber.
That's actually funny because she called herself Blunder on the phone call. Many of you guys heard. Yeah, justice for Maddie, guys. Again, you guys can go listen to it and wait when the FOIAs come out if you don't like the messengers. All right. Let's go.
Use that information to dig up information about when your mom and I were at our issues 20, 30 years ago and brought that up. You know, her clickbait headline says, you know, $3,700 lawsuit, you know, some creditor suing you. So, you know, they're just taking everything and everything and trying to make something of it when nothing exists. You know, but supposedly calling you a mama's boy and what have you. So it's quite a circus. I don't watch any of it. People just tell me about it. I don't bother with it because it's all bullshit.
Well, hey, I am a mama's boy anyway.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I was about to say that's totally true. Everyone agrees that he's a mama's boy. Grizzly True Crime calls him a baby boy. And yeah, many people are covering this case, but they've got the phone call that just came out for last year. And I'm giving you content from this month. So they'll be covering it soon. Grizzly covers it. So does Plunder. So does Docket. All of them cover it. All right.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that this conversation, obviously somebody in the county jail is selling this information. So I'm waiting to see these conversations surface because, as far as I know, this is supposed to be private conversation. Obviously, the jail can monitor it, but it's not supposed to be released to the public.
And they will be. Yeah, supposedly a redacted version of my arrest report was leaked to the public as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm not sure who's leaking all this stuff, or what sort of effect that has on all the proceedings.
This is a high-profile case, and so
you gotta love when people chime back in. Love you, love you, love you. This is not my call. The only stuff that was mine was the newly released text messages from 5/1 and on. This came from everybody else. This is from Gavin specifically, Grizzly, everybody else. So you guys chime back in and say something when you're lurking. All right. So sometimes, that is not my call. Who did this even come from originally? Jail, I guess. Whoever got this. Yeah. All right.
So somebody in there's looking to make a buck.
Yeah. Well, I imagine this probably taints the whole process, though.
Yeah.
So Who knows? Who knows
Yeah.
what's going to happen with that? But
Yes.
so I told you where the watch was. In addition to that, I found your wedding band when we were cleaning out the storage.
Yep.
Okay.
That's in a black ring box on the shelf above my desk.
I think we found that. Yeah.
You found that?
I think we found
I think
that.
so, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I just want to let you know
His
that
dad's
was
really
found.
nice about
I'm not totally sure where my family.
Yeah, he who has the most money will get the tea first when it comes to FOIAs and thousands and thousands of dollars. And that's what they do all day. That's what Grizzly does for a living. She's a YouTuber. That's what Plunder does. They're YouTubers for a living. That's what they do for their job. That's not this is not my job. All right.
Yeah.
But we are on the case and we've been on the case. And for some reason I got brought into this case from the Florida side. That's how I got brought in. And then now I reached out to Deb and I got in on this side. So it's me reporting stuff to you, and you guys all know my opinion. So that's that, right? People get it confused sometimes. All right, let's keep going.
Hearing is.
I have it.
Oh, you have it. Okay, so you found that.
It was on the shelf.
It was on the shelf. Okay, I thought it might have been, but I wasn't super sure.
Yeah. What about the Rollies?
I've never had that. It was given to you, and I never had possession of it.
Thank you.
Well, your mother did something with it, but we have to figure out where she stuck it.
Yeah, unless it was sold while we were still in Summerport.
No, it was here at the house. It was here. But, yeah, I mean, it was here. I seen it earlier. Well, I seen it in 2023. But anyway, doesn't matter.
I never had it.
So, so I finally got the commissary information. So you need some boxer shorts?
Yeah, definitely. I've been going commando this entire time.
What size? Large, extra large?
I think just large would probably do. I mean, whatever will fit a 36 waist.
Do they have the ability to nation stuff?
I'm sorry?
Do they have the ability to walk?
Is that what they're talking about? Is a Rolex or is it a different watch? I want to know about that. Deb, is there a Rolex you guys found somewhere, or what is the deal with that? People are talking about a Rolex that was stolen, and I don't know about that. Do you, Synth?
I
mean, I remember
him saying that it wasn't something with the grandfather's watch. The grandfather's watch was a Rolex, but he ended up not getting a Rolex. He went and got an Omega. That was
okay. Yeah, Omega.
All for the weird levels of what kind of whatever the nooks and crannies of the different watches have, and why this one's better than that one. And him and Chris went into a whole thing on that. But the Rolex was the grandfather's, and he.
Okay, so it did. She said that they found the Rolex.
It wasn't that actual one. It was
that wasn't. That wasn't the one. And she says they did find it. I don't know what happened, but they found it and he didn't take it. So that's what she's saying. I have no idea what happened with the Omega, but I keep hearing that. And I'm like, what happened to the Rolex? Well, I don't even understand why that's relevant. I guess because we're listening to the calls, right?
Well, and this one was, you said, in April, and the other calls we were listening to were from June, so much later.
Yeah. That was like in the beginning, right?
So we're kind of backwards right now.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. So the Rolex was Deb's father that was given to her, and it went missing. Yeah, I was like, why do we care about the Rolex? But we do because we're listening to the calls, right? All right, Marcy, thank you for the $1.99. Jay, please remember we're all here for Maddie. Absolutely, we're all here for Maddie. That's why I put her yearbook up, and I said, let's remember what we're here for. It's for Maddie. I mean, that's what everybody's on the channel, other channels for, right? Is justice for Maddie. # arrest Jen Soto. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Wash this stuff?
Yeah, I believe they collect laundry and do washing like once a week or so. I think from what I'm not sure. But
I'll get you a couple pairs, and you need socks?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll probably need that. In the meantime, I was going to hold off on making any, like extraneous orders through commissary and whatnot until we find out more. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how long I'm going to be here, so I did want to mention to you that my first mandatory court appearance that cannot be waived will be at the end of this month, sometime between the 26th and 28th.
Supposedly, I thought was the 24th of April.
Well, it could be then too. I got a basically a rough estimate from one of the attorneys that is kind of associated with the case, but not really the main one. So yeah, it's going to be towards the end of this month. I guess before or after my birthday, probably. But
Yeah. And supposedly the trial's supposed to be May 14th.
Oh, I hadn't heard that, but I guess you might know more than I do.
Well, and again, follow mainstream media only, whatever they have in the paper.
They've got better sources than I do because I'm pretty much, in the dark most of the time here.
Yeah, so again, I don't follow anything but mainstream media because everything else is just bullshit.
Yeah.
People making.
Yeah, and this is us. We're all here reporting on the calls, the texts, the things like that. And Kawasaki's right, a big part of this. And when you hear the jail calls, which is huge because that doesn't happen often, is hearing that he admitted to last seeing Maddie when she was alive in the house, and then he came back and she wasn't, right? So, I mean, I'm sure he's had extensive talks with the defense about this and how they're going. They have a person that the judge said, was it a secret or something like that? So, I mean, that's a big part in the case. I guess that's what we're going to see as a defense, right? I mean, we're guessing.
We're hoping.
Yeah. Okay.
We're hoping.
Let's see. I thought he took in pawn. Okay, so Deb says she thinks that she thought he took and pawned the Rolex, but he bought his own Omega with an inheritance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they found it. It wasn't pawned. Okay. Although I think they said that on one of the, was it on the Hidden True Crime? Did they talk about that?
He kind of allude to it when he said, or maybe when we were down in whatever place he was saying, like, and then the dad was like, oh, like, what if?
Yeah, I never really
got on it, and they got. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't either. But Deb says they end up finding it, and he bought the Omega with the inheritance. So maybe they thought he stole it originally, but that didn't happen. So
yeah.
Anyway,
well, and it's hard for them because they had a kid that was young and bright, and then all of a sudden he's doing all these cookie things, and they're like, "What the heck, kid?" Doesn't.
Yeah, you don't usually tell your parents when you're breaking laws like that, right?
I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either way, as the parent, right? Why didn't you do better? Why didn't you teach him better? Why didn't you say this better? Blah blah blah. And they're going, why didn't I? Why didn't I? Why didn't I?
What I'm saying is I never really kept up on the watch. So what I'm saying is I don't know. You're saying they didn't allude to it. They literally accused him of several times. Perfect. Thank you. I never got into the Rolex watch. It went in my brain and out. And I'm like, what's tangible? I mean, I don't know how that will affect anything. They said he stole it. He didn't. And it's there. And we keep talking about it. But I'm like, okay.
All I'm thinking about when y'all are talking about watches is Christopher Walken.
I know. See, I'm
sorry.
When I hear about watch, I don't listen. I try to hear the points that are gonna. Amen, Synth. Right. So a lot of the stuff is that in this call, and even the other one.
No. What? Nath wants to know what is the purple dragon. We go watch the other episodes because there's plenty of dragon talk. You'll know.
The purple dragon is just a purple dragon. They have one of those purple dragons at the Disneyland or something, right? Or
yeah,
it's like a big holder
bucket thingy jigger.
Yeah, I have a Pennywise one.
Yeah.
When we went to go watch a movie, they're like, "Here, eat your popcorn out of this."
Yeah. I haven't gone to see a movie in a movie theater in so long. I don't know what the heck they're doing anymore.
No, you're not being rude, Nettie. I'm just sometimes I respond to you guys. And when I respond, I'm like very passionate. So nobody, let's keep going. Yes, there it is. All right. It's another bucket, popcorn bucket.
We'll circle at it.
Yeah. Also, these phone calls, they're 21 cents for the first minute and 21 cents for every minute after that with a 15-minute limit. So it's about $3.15 per phone call. If we
Okay. Well, I just put $100 into that account.
Okay, perfect. That should last quite a while then. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. So if we needed to ration the calls or anything like that, we could do it.
9.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into our personal lives conversations because I don't trust the system of keeping it confidential. So I want to keep this, as banal as possible.
It's only good for 10 days calls.
And how's
just keep it that way.
been bothering you?
Wait, what'd you say?
That's only
Say that
3 days.
again,
That's
Sid?
only 10 days of calls. If he's doing $3.15 a call 3 times a day, that's like
Right.
$10 a day. So that's only enough for 10 days if he calls
Right.
it, and so it seems like a lot
And
when
I
you're
don't
saying these amounts, but then you go, that's really only 10 days worth of calls. Like in my head, I'm thinking, $100, that's good for 100 days. He'll be, this guy can talk forever. It's like, no, not really.
So yeah, I don't know what the calls are like. We got the June ones and a little bit before, and then this.
That's $300 a month on calls. If they put in money on the books for him for calls, that's at least just $300 a month they're putting on the books just for calls, not commissary, not for food, not for barrels of monkeys or whatever. But
barrel monkey. All right, Stephan Sterns is he in protective custody? I mean, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He's like in a single cell.
Yeah, he's not in Gen Pop yet. He goes there, or they put him in the
or in the crazy
infirmary when they have to like clean the room or hose it down or whatever they're doing. And I don't know if he's still doing the balls of paint off of the wall. That's not good. But hopefully tell him his mama that's not good. Don't do that, Stephan. I mean, I personally think the books that should be going there should be the beginning basics Barneys. Please and thank you are the magic words. And no means no. And the parts bathing suits cover we don't touch under, and just go back to the basics. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
Rebecca says, "Why are these criminals?" All right, focus. Focus. All right, why are these criminals protected when our children were not? Well, that's why we need to be more.
You have to get those laws on the books.
Yeah, you have to change the laws. We can't, and you're doing things, Rebecca. You're out there. I mean, that's so great to hear about Corey's law and specific details. We need people to do that rather than, all of us just sitting here like, we need to actually do something and make some change. So that's a good thing. Late to the party, didn't get the notice. Boo. All right, we're going to finish up this call and then we're out of here.
You or anything?
No. It's been quiet. I mean, I really wish they would drop the shoe on and all of this stuff and attention and emphasis would be shifted to her family, because as far as we're concerned, we know that she's responsible. To what degree we don't know, but I don't believe you killed her. So
that's good, because it's one of the few people who do, but you know that I would never have wanted that for her.
Yeah.
And
we forgot to pull out the potato.
Oh golly!
So
thank you, Mike Ray Cheese.
We believe her.
Yes, and somebody said Synth is a great addition. She should be a co-host. She should be a co-host sometimes, and she is wonderful. We know she can't do the show 5 days a week, though. I don't think. But we haven't got there yet. She's already gonna be clipped out. Thank you for the 5 guilty of crime memberships. You're gonna be clipped out, and you're gonna be on some spam channel. Don't you worry. It's gonna say some BS, man. Don't worry.
They can say whatever the hell they want. I'll be like, if that's all you got, girl, I'll show you some real shit. I got my own evidence.
Oh yeah,
you don't
and you'll be stuff. It's the complete opposite of whatever we say. So don't worry.
If they only knew, have mercy. My life is so clear. I'm transparent, girlfriend. Shoot, you know how I am.
The balls off the wall were them taking away something from Stephan, right? Didn't they say there was like
in the very, very beginning when he was in the first place, wherever they put him, it was like damp or funky, and he was taking the paint that was like moist off of the
And
wall
rolled
and
it up.
rolling little balls of stuff into it. And somebody was saying he was taking those to make little figurines out of.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know what. Maybe you know, Deb, what he was making. We were saying maybe he's making figurines or using it to paint, because if you put water in that, you put water on top and get it to dissolve. Hey, you know. All right. Phone call was a certain number of minutes a day. It was a privilege that could be removed. Nowadays, they can kick their feet up, chat, get all kinds of items, TV, snacks. I just added that in.
That's
Right.
their right as a human citizen.
Yep.
You know, so we got to go
Unfortunately,
change
right?
the laws. There are people
Yes.
right now changing the law.
And that's what we need. We need more people out there fighting for this stuff rather than
So
fighting
we
with
have
each
to get
other.
involved and quit just sitting behind the thingies and go and
Exactly.
write somebody, call somebody. You know, a postcard is less than $1. People, write to your local people. If they come to town for town halls,
I
go
don't
and
see
boo
Emma.
them. Go do these kind of things. It's very
Have you
easy
seen?
to not do any kind of action, but we all can do one little thing. And if, I mean, think about it, where there's
Right.
25,000 of us. If we, went and we all wrote a postcard to a specific person in Florida that says this law and these things needs to happen. Who do we go to? Where do we go? I mean,
We don't even know where to go for the most basic stuff. Thank you, Dawn Grandma 3, for the $2 super sticker. And I'm not trying to say about anybody, even myself.
No,
And I
it's hard.
haven't seen Mary MM. Normally, I don't check my phone like this, but Mary says, "Will you please call?" No. Okay. I thought. Have you seen MM Clar here today?
I did. I
Yeah,
saw
there
her
she is.
earlier.
Okay. I got your message. No problem. All right. I thought we were like ignoring her. I was like, where is she?
Oh,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
saw
we
her
do.
earlier.
Yeah, we just need to make changes. Even I don't know about things when I go into our mod chat and I say, Synth, how do you do this? What happens when someone is, cyber harassing you and like
Yeah,
coming to
cyber
your house?
stalking.
Yeah, there's nowhere
Hmm.
really to go. It's like, okay, fill out a form and maybe we'll get back to you, right? So
Shoot.
we need more of that.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not into this, but I attended a SCORE workshop, which is the senior corporate executives that when they're retired, they go back and they work for the Small Business Administration to help people when they're starting their businesses. And you all know, started a business for my daughter and raising awareness for mosaic Down syndrome. And they gave a lot of feedback. And that was kind of one of the things they put out there, is Chat GPT. This one lady had a whole workshop on it. And if you ask it for the sources, and if you ask it, just like if you go into Wikipedia itself might not be great. But if you can go to what those parts are and then find those sources and then go to that material, then you've got that direct source. And you can see if that's a good source or a fake source,
Right.
or they're just being being something to put crap out there. So it's just like pretend you're in college and you need to make sure that you're not going to have to go to
Right.
jail for $50K debt because you lied on a stupid test on your source. Don't
Right.
let that be the thing that takes you down, right?
Right.
So we
Yeah,
really try to make sure our sources are correct
correct.
because
Yeah.
there's so much flack.
So yeah, a lot.
You want to do better and make sure that you're just not regurgitating other crap.
Right.
Jay's always been really hardcore like that. I wish I could do more. I wish I could do FOIAs. I wish I could spend hours on the computer for her and for Tiffany. God bless Tiffany. Rebecca, I feel bad every time I talk to her because I feel like I should have the damn book already and printed, and I should have already figured out how to do the Gutenberg press in my house and print it by hand and mail it out to everybody. So you can only do so much, but try to do something. Everybody can do something.
Exactly. And that doesn't happen. So let's finish this call. That doesn't always happen, but we won't go there
Family
now.
is involved in this and cover up. So just see how all this plays out.
Well, I'm not sure that really any one person is specifically responsible. It's probably a combination of factors.
There it is. There it is, guys. There it is.
It certainly shattered me.
All right, so that's a big deal. What he just said there is a huge deal for the prosecution and the defense. So listen up. So I know we joke around a lot. We hear about a purple dragon or, we're talking about the rotten potato. But when it comes down to it, the things that are important are things that he's saying like that. That's the information that is going to change this trial. It's going to change. You're getting an idea what the defense is. And that doesn't happen often.
And kind
Trust
of
me.
why they're bringing out these things that you think are silly or extraneous, or why are they trying to They have to, but also it's good because they're covering all the bases.
Right. All right, let me play this.
I mean, if you thought I had PTSD before, well, buckle up, you know.
Yeah.
I've never felt anything like that before. It was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope the truth comes out.
All right, I'll put it on again. He's talking about what happened to Maddie.
I'm not sure that.
Let's go back a little bit.
So we believe her family is involved in this and cover up. So we'll just see how all this plays out.
Well, I'm not sure that really any one person is specifically responsible. It's probably a combination of factors that led.
He just said, I'm not sure any one person is specifically responsible for what happened to Maddie. All right. So, Microwave Cheese, refresh your channel. That was earlier that we went out. Just refresh. All right. All right. So that's what he said. And Chris didn't know what to say. I don't know if he didn't know what to say or he's like, I shouldn't respond to that. But listen the response.
To it, but it certainly shattered me. I mean, if you thought I had PTSD before, well, buckle up, you know.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
I've never felt anything like that before. It was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope the truth comes out at some point.
Well, yeah.
So anyway, we think we can send you the Bible, but there's also a Bible that I can buy online, but let's see if we can get the Bible to you.
Okay.
And a good friend.
Yeah, most people don't talk about this, and they didn't know in the very beginning, even though it says your calls may be recorded. Most people don't think. I mean, this is a different world, you guys. This is way different than like 20 years ago when my brother went to prison. They didn't put phone calls out on YouTube because there was no YouTube and there was barely internet. It was like that dial-up stuff when I was at like 18, 19, 20 when he went to prison and my mom would talk to him. None of this came out anywhere. So this is it's a different world and people don't really think about it in the beginning. Oh shit, this is everybody, and then YouTube's going to play it over and over and over. So I think that's what's happening here is they realized, everything's going to come out. And that's why you hear them talking about it.
Yeah.
And
if you've never been in the system, how would you know?
You would,
if you never interacted with any of that, you wouldn't know. You know, I'm always telling them when I'm calling and complaining that if this isn't recorded, they need to record it for training purposes because they're going to learn something from my coming in and giving them customer service training.
Right. Now, I don't know about speaking up now instead of trial because what good is that going to do? It's going to give the prosecution more ammunition. So I don't think coming out now would be better unless they plan to give him a deal. There's no reason for them. You're just giving the prosecution ammunition if you watch trials.
I can't imagine them giving him a deal. I think they might burn the courthouse down if they were to do that, to be honest.
Yeah. So, all right, let's finish this up, guys. I still have things to do tonight, and I'm sure you do too. Your baby girl says, Mom, I need your attention.
A mine who I will not mention.
Yeah, go ahead.
A good friend of mine whose name I won't mention has been my spiritual mentor, advisor since this all came down. Bought me a very nice Bible, so I'm doing Bible study every night, and we have our morning walks and talks. So,
yep, and I've been reading the Bible that they've been giving me here, and praying for her, and I've been praying for you guys a lot too. I also wanted to mention that I know you guys get in fights a lot and kind of resent each other a lot of the times, but I wanted just to tell you guys, be good to each other.
We don't resent each other. We have compassionate discussion.
And then this came out. Thank you, Microwave Cheese, for the $20 super sticker. Oh my goodness. I remember when this came out because we all dove into, we started pulling marriage certificates and old. All right. Thank you so much, Microwave Cheese. And I'm glad you still have the potato Soto as a picture because you're waiting for her to get arrested as well. All right. Yeah, Jen gave her Maddie meds during the night, but most of the time she should have. I mean, Jen just really effed up here, and I think we all know, we all think she needs to be held accountable. I mean, that's one thing that drives me every day is thinking that Jen Soto needs to be held accountable. Stephan is sitting in there, and trial's going to start eventually. All right.
That was maybe a poor choice of words, but I mean, I know you guys try to get on each other's nerves every now and then, and I just
if anything, this has made us stronger. We're both joined with our faith,
Good.
and we're supportive of one another. We talk about all of this periodically. You know, I refuse to listen to any of the bullshit stuff that's out there. I always say, nobody looks mainstream media. I'll accept that, but nothing else.
Okay.
Well, you know, there's a lot of rumor mills out there.
Just to be good to each other, because you won't have me there to kind of be a buffer anymore. And I'm not sure.
Well, try not to make that sound more than what it is, because it's not any more than that. You know, we have our flare ups, and then we quickly move on.
Of course, I just
want but we've been very very supportive of one another, and we just know that.
Yeah, that's a great point, Frankie Shaw. That's too bad that nobody called 911. Now think about it. Jen didn't even call 911 when Maddie was missing. And I believe she already knew what happened to Maddie. I believe she directed Stephan to where to dump her body. And I hate to call her the body, but Jen did. Jen called her the body. And she didn't, there was no connection between her and Maddie when she talked about it. So, yeah, nobody called 911. And then they decided to go dump her. Right?
Thomas Karras called 911.
Thomas Karras. He called more than 911. They didn't listen. He called back.
And
by
Walter.
the way, yeah, he's been working a lot, everybody. So I know Thomas hasn't been in here, but I chat with him and he's just been working his butt off. So amen to him. He's still on our channel and he's going to come on and talk when this is over. After he's done, he already gave a statement, but he doesn't want to testify and then some YouTube thing come up, right?
Yeah, right. There's a funny chat and a funny thingy in the chat, Jay. You should. Lisa Dempsey put it at guilty of crime when you tell us what Dub is texting to you during live. It makes me think you're Whoopi Goldberg. And
I posted that up already. I posted that
too.
Hey man, where's the ghost at? Let me get some smoke in
here.
There it is. All right.
How cute.
All right, let's finish this.
We're getting through this, and we're putting our faith in God.
Okay.
And we hope you.
I'm glad to hear that.
We hope you're finding the same.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I worried about you guys. I've been worrying about you guys, so you've been in my prayers and in my thoughts.
Can he mail letters to them?
I appreciate that.
Yes, he can mail letters to him. I don't see why not, but they use that tablet. Yeah, that's a good question.
Not like actual paper postal mail.
I'm sure
only tablet
that's
mail?
a good question. I wonder if protected custody. Maybe Deb wants to answer if he can write letters or if it's just the tablet. But most people don't want to deal with all that when you can just go boop boop boop. There you go.
Right. Yeah.
But we'll see if he can get letters. I'm thinking he can mail them.
I know he can get letters if they're nice, but I'm just thinking maybe he could just write 100 times. I will not. And I'm sorry, Mama.
I will call 911.
I'm sorry, Mama.
I will call 911. Yeah.
I will admit that I was naughty 100 times, and then I think we'd all feel better.
Yeah, she just doesn't. Yeah, she's been attacked so many times. Even my channel is being attacked for reading these things. Just
yeah.
literally just
Yeah.
reading these things. People
Oh,
hate
Wendy.
me.
Wendy,
I'm
if you only knew.
yeah. Yeah, if
Nastiness. Like
you
that
have no
letter.
idea. Yeah, you know, no
Nasty like
clue.
that letter to Stephan, but to poor Jay and her baby, and that's not cool.
Yeah,
Not
everybody is attacking me, and I'm the messenger. Go ahead, but yeah, I could understand why. All right, let's finish this.
And you as well. That's your mother told me this afternoon she came out of her bedroom the other morning with a question and called out for you and then realized, duh, it's not here.
You did or she
Yeah,
did?
come on. You did.
She did?
Yeah. I go, hello, not here.
Yeah.
You know, so she slipped a little there mentally.
Yeah. Yeah. For a long time, I kept expecting to wake up and find out this was all a nightmare.
Oh, believe me, this is all very, very surreal for us.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm looking.
Thank you for using IC Solutions. Goodbye.
All right, so goodbye. That was a year
Yeah.
ago. That was literally a year ago and some days, right? So that was that. We got that out. We got these. We're gonna just, I think we did a really strong 2 hour. Sorry about the beginning, guys. And yeah, we're just doing our best here to cover these things tonight, same time, 4 p.m. I'll be on Alex Erickson's channel. I'll drop a link to that once I have it.
I don't know if it's like I think it's probably a mixture of you got a lot of people coming home from either school or work, and everyone's jamming the thing, and you got a bottleneck.
No,
And
they're gonna come. No, they're coming to my house to fix it tomorrow. They said that they're detecting a problem.
wiring.
Yeah, they detect a problem and they have to come inside. And today
Okay.
it just went out and took a crap. So you know how it does that a
Oh,
lot of days.
I
A lot of days
do.
it does that to me, and so there's a problem. We'll get it fixed though. Yeah. So you guys tomorrow night, Carly dropped that link in chat. Synth, I want to thank you so much for helping me to read these, get through them, and just you're being real. We're not being real. We're telling you how I feel. We're covering the case, and we're just reading what we have. That's what Synth did.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it would be a good idea for Synth to help me, so we just don't have one person just like
Yeah.
Well,
Never
tomorrow
mind that.
we're talking about the
Solo.
Stephan Sterns case tomorrow, and they have
Solo.
great input. They have great input. Jenny Lou was on her channel, and she was the one talking about the cause of death and things like that. So it was real good. Right there,
Yeah.
they have good people over there that know what they're doing. So they're gonna have me, and we're gonna talk about this case tomorrow.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, good, Lucky. Thank you. You have anything again? Thank you so much, Synth. I appreciate you and all the mods today. Yes,
Whenever
we
you
love
need me.
Oh, I always do. I'm like, Synth. You can also throw a few rounds with some of them if I need help. So
you know me. You just let me know.
yes,
And I got my GOC bracelet from Miss Tiffany.
yes,
Wearing the gear.
we love Tiffany and Carly. And
I was talking to a lady at checkout, and I said, I can't. I'm so glad I never started because my brain is so crazy. I would literally be covered with like 50,000 collections of the crap that I've collected. Like it would be so. I don't even know. I'd be crazy. It would, and and then I'm like OCD, so I couldn't go back and rearrange the tattoos the way they should be, and then chronologically or some baloney. Like my brain would not be able to handle the fact that I couldn't move the tattoos around and fix them.
like how I do, I just move them around. Whenever someone insults me, I just put it that way. I'm like, let me put one up here.
If I could do it myself, probably it'd be okay, because then I could be like, well, that didn't come out perfect, and I'd be okay with blaming myself, right? I'd be like, well, that's what I get for making someone else do it. I should have just done it my damn self.
Tattoos are not perfect.
And start it myself. I got an orange.
They're never perfect. All right. There's always like a thing that you're gonna see, and then we get old and our wrinkles come.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
All right. I have 5 if you can count your tattoos, you don't have enough. I'm just saying, Rachel.
My husband's favorite song is the Another Tattoo by Weird Al, though, and he doesn't have any tattoos either.
Who you're nobody? You guys are no. Say that again.
Weird Al has a song, Another Tattoo.
Yeah.
That's his favorite song. We both don't have tattoos, but that's my husband's favorite song, is that Another Tattoo, baby. Like he just can't stop.
Well, I'll have to look that up because I
Yeah.
don't know that one. But
I'll,
you guys,
I'll find it and I'll send it to you because it's pretty damn funny and you'll appreciate it very much.
well, thank you. I appreciate all the humor that you always bring. There's some stuff. Well, we're not talking about that right now. I love you guys.
High
Good
five,
night.
Maddie.
I'm gonna end this. I got some things to
Shalom.
do. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Alex's channel. Good night. Thanks, Synth. Mwah.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?